Hey everybody, Haydog here, and welcome back to another reaction video. This time we're doing Napoleon in Italy, Battle of Lodi. Lodi? I don't know. 1796, 1 out of 5. So this is his campaign in Italy, which I'm very excited because I don't really know much about this.
An Epic History
Epic
TV,
History. Go
BMF
subscribe.
Productions
Alright, let's go.
In 1796, at the height of the French Revolutionary Wars, a young French general took charge of a ragged, demoralized army in northern Italy. It was his first command.
The Bonaparte.
Many expected him to fail. Instead, in just 1 month, he won his first brilliant campaign.
Wow.
With astonishing self-confidence, boldness and energy, he led his army to victory after victory.
Damn, dude.
Transforming the war in Europe, winning praise from a grateful republic.
That's crazy.
And forging a legend.
He's like, what?
This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte's first campaign.
Yeah.
And the dawn of a new age.
Napoleon in Italy, Part 1, The Little Corporal.
1792. Europe is plunged into conflict by revolution in France.
Oh, look at all the enemies.
At first, it seems this infant republic will be quickly snuffed out by her neighbors.
Right, I would have said that too.
Incredibly, France clings on, thanks to mass mobilization, patriotic fervor, and her traditional military power. In 1795, France occupies the Low Countries.
Oh shoot.
While Prussia and Spain withdraw from the war. But the French Republic still faces a powerful coalition of enemies, which includes the Austrian Empire and kingdoms of Piedmont, Sardinia, Naples, and Great Britain, as well as a counter-revolutionary revolt in the Vendée region of western France. In Paris, the most extreme revolutionaries had been toppled, sent to the guillotine,
Robespierre,
as they had sent so many before them.
Cut off
France is now governed by the Directory, a more moderate 5-man committee, which quickly wins a reputation for corruption and inefficiency.
Oh, good.
Nevertheless, in 1796, they plan a major military offensive to knock their most dangerous adversary, Austria, out of the war. The two main efforts will be made along the Rhine by powerful armies under General Jourdan and General Moreau. A third effort, of which much less is expected, will be made in northern Italy. The French army of Italy is a poor cousin, starved of money and supplies, stripped of troops to reinforce French forces on the Rhine. But its fortunes are about to change.
That would suck.
On the 2nd of March, 1796,
look at this
the Directory appoint a new commander to lead the army. One of France's youngest generals, Napoleon Bonaparte.
So he's already a commander already. Wow. A general's most important talent is to know the mind of the soldier and gain his confidence. He is not a machine that must be made to move. He is a responsible being who needs leadership. Napoleon Bonaparte. Goddamn truth, Napoleon. That is...
Napoleon arrives at the Army of Italy's headquarters in Nice on the 25th of March. He is just 26 years old.
26?
2 years have passed since he masterminded French victory at the Siege of Toulon. Since then, his fortunes have been mixed. A short spell as artillery commander in Italy. 10 days in jail when his political patrons fell from power. He then refused to serve in the Vendée, fighting French counter-revolutionaries, leading to several months' unemployment in Paris. Then, an extraordinary break. 13 Vendémiaire, Paris. A royalist mob threatens to storm the national government. Napoleon is the closest general to hand and put in charge of its defense. He disperses the crowds with brutal efficiency and is acclaimed savior of the revolution.
Really?
The grateful Directory promotes Napoleon to General of Division and awards him command of the Army of Italy.
Commander of the Army of Italy. Okay.
On the 9th of March, he marries his great
Josephine.
love, Joséphine de Beauharnais, and leaves for the front 2 days later.
Marrying you? Alright, bye.
There are French generals in Italy with
Jeez,
a
he
better
could've-
claim to command than Napoleon.
Stayed a little longer.
Serrurier, a professional soldier who first saw action in the 7 Years' War, a
Oh, he's
decade
old.
before Napoleon was born.
Jeez.
Augereau, a tough, experienced
Augereau.
soldier, bold tactician, and committed Republican.
Okay.
And Massena, risen from the
Massena.
ranks, fearless, tireless, hero of the Battle of Loarno against the Austrians the year before.
Okay.
All three would later become marshals of Napoleon's empire.
Really?
For now, Napoleon seems to these veterans young and underqualified, a political
Young
appointment,
and stupid.
embarrassingly infatuated with his new wife.
Oh, come on, man.
But there is something
Really?
about the Corsican. As Massena observed, his small size and puny face did not put him in their favor. But as soon as he donned his general's hat, he seemed to grow by 2 feet.
I mean, those hats were really
Napoleon
big, so...
impresses
yeah.
above all with his tireless energy. And he has much to do. His army is organized
I
into
wish I had
Massena's
that much
advance
energy.
guard of 2 divisions, one led by a hard-fighting Swiss general, La Harpe, and the other
Okay.
by Meunier, whom Napoleon soon decides is incompetent.
Oh, okay.
The main body comprises the divisions of Augereau, Serrurier, and 2 smaller divisions under Macquart and Garnier. The cavalry is led by General Stengel.
Stengel. Okay.
But the Army of Italy has been shockingly neglected by the Directory. The men are hungry and unpaid, with a few units on the verge of mutiny. Some men don't even have shoes or muskets.
What? Or musket?
Napoleon
How are you
inspects
gonna
the
go into
troops
war without
and
a gun?
studies reports. He enforces discipline
shoes.
and breaks up rotten units. He is assisted by his aide-de-camp, Junot, Marmont, and a dashing cavalry colonel, Joachim Murat.
Mira.
As emperor, Napoleon will make 2 of these men dukes, and 1 a king.
Ooh.
His most valuable assistant is his new chief of staff, General Berthier, who helps him to reorganize the army's supply system and scour southern France for food, transport,
Okay.
and forage.
Pretty
The
smart.
situation begins to improve. But Napoleon knows
See, again,
what will
he has
really
to do these
rejuvenate
shit
his ragged
himself.
divisions.
It's so impressive.
Victory in battle, and the promise of plunder.
Ooh. I want to lead you into the most fetal plains in the world. Rich provinces, great cities will be in your power. There you will find honor, glory, and riches. Soldiers of Italy, will you lack courage or constancy? General Bonaparte's proclamation of the Army of Italy. Sorry, I cannot read. I'm so dyslexic. Reading is not my finest. But I can act!
Napoleon has spent 2 years
guess.
studying the situation in northern Italy
2
and the
years.
history of past wars here.
Oh.
He has developed clear plans on how the campaign must be fought. Now, he will put them into action.
Alright.
Napoleon, with 38,000 troops, outnumbers the
number.
Piedmontese and the Austrian army. But if they combine, he will be
They will
outnumbered,
be, yeah.
so he must prevent this at all costs. His plan bears all the hallmarks of what will become known as the Napoleonic art of war.
Oh,
A
okay.
bold, rapid advance, not against the expected target, Genoa, but
Genoa.
Dago. Here he will occupy the central position and prise his enemies apart.
Split them in two.
He knows that when threatened, the Piedmontese will retreat on their capital Turin.
Retreat to Austria.
The Austrians on Milan. With his enemies divided, unable to support each other, he can defeat each in detail.
One by one. Yeah.
Napoleon's plan will be aided by the fragility of the Austro-Piedmontese alliance. They regard each other with deep distrust after years of rivalry.
Oh, good. Those are good allies.
The new Austrian commander, General Beaulieu, is experienced and was once considered energetic, but he is now 70 years old
70?
and does not know Italy.
Oh, he does not know.
He is convinced the French will target Genoa, the port used by the British to supply their coalition allies. So much so that he rejects Piedmontese plans for close cooperation.
Oh, jeez.
Their troops remain scattered across mountain passes in a general defense against invasion. On the 4th of April, Napoleon moves his headquarters forward to Albenga in preparation for his offensive. But Beaulieu strikes first.
Ooh, he strikes
On the 10th of April, Austrian troops take Voltri to disrupt the expected French attack on Genoa.
Okay.
The small French garrison falls back to join Massena's advance guard at Savona. But Beaulieu's fixation with Genoa is playing into Napoleon's hands. Dago, with its vital crossroads that link the Piedmontese and Austrian armies, is covered by just 8,000 men of Argenteau's corps.
That's not a lot.
Mountainous terrain means Beaulieu can only march to Argenteau's aid via Acqui, more than 20 miles to the north. What's more, Argenteau has orders to take French positions at Montenotte as a diversion for the attack at Voltri.
Okay.
But the French cling on courageously. Corporal Roache particularly distinguishes himself, exposing himself to enemy fire to shoot down on the enemy.
Whoa.
His commander, Colonel Rampont, tells his men, "Here we must conquer or die."
Oh, wow.
A moment which quickly enters French military folklore.
What's the word?
It's the perfect setup for Napoleon.
Gambling
the enemy's
their life.
attention is focused on Voltri, and Argenteau's corps has been left dangerously exposed. He swings into action, sending La Harpe's division to reinforce Rampont's troops, while Massena makes a tough night march across steep ravines in rain and fog to turn Argenteau's right flank. By dawn, the Austrians are outnumbered, outflanked, and under heavy attack. They retreat in disarray.
You gotta go.
Napoleon orders Massena to move on Dago, while he turns his attention to the Piedmontese. But Augereau's advance gets held up at Cosseria. The old castle is held by Piedmontese and Croatian grenadiers. The French launch frontal attacks into withering fire and suffer hundreds of casualties. When the colonel of the 18th Demi Brigade is killed, a 26-year-old Louis Gabriel Suchet takes over command. "I have never seen fire like it," wrote Marmont, Napoleon's aide-de-camp.
It's seriously so scary being there.
Despite heroic resistance, the hopelessly outnumbered garrison surrenders the next day. With Serrurier's division also advancing from the south, Piedmontese commander General Colli has little choice but to abandon his position at Montezemolo. The same day,
the
under
French are
Napoleon's
coming.
watchful eye, Massena takes Dago. But while La Harpe's division moves off to reinforce Augereau, hungry French troops left in Dago turn to plunder and pillage. No one spots Colonel Vukasovic, a tough Croatian commander, approaching with 3,000 reinforcements. He attacks at dawn, routing the French and retaking Dago with ease.
He took
it requires the recall of La Harpe's division and another day of heavy combat before Vukasovic can be driven out of Dago. A bayonet charge led by 27-year-old Colonel Lannes wins particular praise from General Bonaparte.
Alright. There you go.
Napoleon has won 3 victories in 4 days.
Wow.
Marches and battles have been grueling.
That's crazy.
But he has achieved his first objective. The Austrians are regrouping at Acqui and will soon retreat to Alessandria. They can offer no support to the Piedmontese.
Yeah, they gotta go.
And so General Colli orders another withdrawal to a strong defensive position behind the Corsalia River.
The Corsalia.
Napoleon orders an immediate attack. Augereau's division on the right, Serrurier on the left, Massena in support. But the French, under heavy fire, struggle to cross the swollen river with its
big
deep
river.
banks.
Yeah.
When Serrurier's troops finally get into San Michele, they immediately begin looting the town and are thrown out by a counterattack.
Again? Wow.
Despite his success, Colli is still heavily outnumbered and fears encirclement. The following evening, he begins a covert withdrawal to Mondovì. But Napoleon is not deceived by the fake campfires. Patrols
smart.
confirm his suspicions. The Piedmontese are pulling back. Though his troops are exhausted, wet and hungry, he launches them after the fleeing enemy.
Oh my god, just imagine marching for days without hunger.
Colli's troops are caught before they can establish a new defensive line. The brave and popular General Dicat is killed. Retreat turns to rout. The French enter Mondovì in triumph, where at last, briefly, they can eat and rest.
Jeez, now we can finally rest. Wow. The 2 armies which lately attacked you in full confidence now fly before you in terror. General Bonaparte's proclamation of the Army of Italy. In terror.
General Colli, his defeated troops scattered and demoralized, requests an armistice.
Wow, that
Napoleon
quick.
declines as his troops descend from the mountains into the fertile plain of Piedmont.
He said, screw you.
Destitute and starved, French soldiers now plunder the Italian countryside freely.
Ooh. Yeah.
Brigadier General Joubert is among those frustrated by the men's conduct. Everything would go very well if the soldiers did not abandon themselves to pillage. Not a day passes without some looters being shot. Despite this severity, the mania doesn't stop. The rural folk are arming themselves.
Ooh, you don't want that.
Napoleon condemns such behavior, but his orders have limited impact, especially as everyone knows Generals Massena and Augereau to be 2 of the greatest offenders.
Oh, shoot.
On the 25th of April, French troops enter Carrasco, just 30 miles south of the Piedmontese capital, Turin. Meanwhile, General Beaulieu is at long last marching to Piedmont's aid.
Oh, thanks.
But he is a week late.
You're a little late, buddy.
That Piedmont has opened negotiations with the enemy, he withdraws his troops in disgust, planning to take up new positions along the Po River. Austrian troops join in the plunder of Piedmontese villages as they go. Victor Amadeus III, king of Piedmont Sardinia, sees no option but to accept Bonaparte's terms for an armistice. Piedmont must give up the strategic fortresses at Cuneo and either Alessandria or Tortona, leaving the country virtually defenseless.
Wow.
The final peace treaty, signed 3 weeks later in Paris, cedes Nice and Savoie to France and grants free passage to French armies.
Wow.
Napoleon has ended the 4-year war with Piedmont in less than 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Oh my god, Piedmont down. Alright, soldiers, you have won 6 victories in the fortnight. In a fortnight, yeah, that's what. And conquered the richest parts of Piedmont. But, soldiers, you have yet done nothing, for there still remains much to do. Damn, okay. Okay, Bonaparte. You've done so much, yet you've done nothing. He had goals.
The army of Italy has little time to rest on its laurels. 4 days later, having received 7,000 reinforcements and fresh supplies, it's on the move again. Napoleon plans to invade the rich province of Lombardy, ruled by the Emperor of Austria, and defeat Beaulieu's army.
Lombardy.
But first he must cross the Po River, which is closely watched by Austrian forces. It will prove one of Napoleon's most brilliant maneuvers. Massena is ordered to make conspicuous preparations to cross the river near Sale, assembling boats and building gun batteries. Meanwhile, Napoleon has formed a new elite brigade, 5,000 grenadiers, carabiniers, and chasseurs to act as the army's advance guard under...
Sorry for that, but what are those? Are those just like special units, kind of like, you know, special units in the military that we have today? Or are those like, I don't know, like cavalry or something like that?
The command of General Dallemagne.
Sure. Comment down below what that is.
This force is ordered to march rapidly east to Piacenza and cover 40 miles in just 36 hours.
Ooh, that's long.
They're followed by La Harpe's division, then Augereau, and the cavalry.
The cavalry. Okay, well that's the cavalry.
Receives reports that French troops are moving east and begins to redeploy his forces.
Special forces.
While remaining conscious that there are still French troops that might cross the Po as far west as Valenza. This uncertainty makes it impossible for him to concentrate his forces.
They're getting in
What's
his
more,
head.
he's completely underestimated the scale and speed of Napoleon's move.
He was always about speed. Napoleon.
The French advance guard, with Colonel Lannes in the lead, crosses the Po on the 7th of May, chasing off Austrian patrols that are the only opposition.
Oh, jeez.
By the next morning, most of La Harpe's and Augereau's divisions and the cavalry are across, consolidating the French bridgehead, while Massena and Serrurier move to the crossing as fast as they can. Men of General Liebtei's division are the closest Austrian troops. They take up defensive positions at Fombio, but are overwhelmed by the French attack.
Yeah.
That evening, Beaulieu's advance guard arrives, expecting to reinforce Liebtei. Instead, they blunder into La Harpe's division. In confused night fighting, General La Harpe is shot dead, possibly by friendly fire.
Oh, wow.
Napoleon regards him as one of the army's best generals, and his loss a great blow.
Oh, they lost that. Ooh.
Beaulieu, realizing that the French have crossed the Po in force and now threaten to cut him off, orders a rapid withdrawal east. Milan is to be sacrificed. The great fortress of Mantua will be his next refuge.
Oh, jeez.
The French advance guard is soon in pursuit. On the morning of the 10th of May, they catch the Austrian rearguard at Lodi.
Lodi. Oh, here we go. Here's the battle.
French troops chase the Austrians across town and over the town's 200-yard bridge over the River Adda. But when they try to follow, they find the bridge is swept by fire from 14 guns. Its far end is held by 3 battalions of Croatian infantry. Several more battalions and cavalry squadrons are behind them in reserve. Around 6,500 men in total. Napoleon soon arrives and positions guns to bombard the Austrians on the far bank. An artillery duel rages for much of the afternoon. Napoleon sends Beaumont's cavalry brigade upstream to look for a ford so they can cross the river and flank the Austrian defenses.
That's a good
But
idea.
he grows impatient. Massena's division has begun to arrive from the south, bringing his strength up to 15,000 men and 30 guns.
That's way more
Napoleon makes a speech to the infantry, taunting them, daring them to take the bridge, then orders them forward.
Maybe.
To cries of "Vive la République!"
Viva la Repubblica!
2nd Carabinier Battalion leads the charge.
Oh, I
They
would
come
not
under
want to do
torrential
that.
fire
Oh my
from the
god,
Austrian
no.
guns.
Oh my god, no. Oh my
But
god.
urged on by Napoleon, Berthier, Massena, Lannes,
Tiny
and others,
bridge.
French infantry surge across, under, and around the bridge.
Wow.
Faced with this irresistible onslaught, the Austrian front line crumbles.
Yeah, I would too.
And with French cavalry across the river to the
These
north,
guys are crazy.
the rest of the Austrian rearguard begins an orderly withdrawal.
Casualties, 500. Whoa! Okay, Austria losing those numbers. Alright. I no longer regard myself as a simple general, but as a man called upon to decide the fate of peoples. Okay, Napoleon. Alright. Very ego. Ego is very high today.
5 days after his victory at Lodi, Napoleon leads his army into the city of Milan. They are welcomed by cheering crowds. Though in reality, Italians are deeply divided in their attitudes towards the French. After Lodi, French soldiers have a new nickname for their general, Le Petit Caporal,
Le
the
Petit
little
Caporal.
corporal.
Ah,
It's
the
a
little
term of
corporal.
affection, because he gets his hands dirty, even aiming the guns himself. The job of an
Wow.
artillery corporal.
Yeah.
In just a month, Napoleon has transformed a war-weary, disheveled and demoralized army into a victorious fighting force.
See, now that's a
brimming with
leader
esprit
right
de
there.
corps and eager for further conquests.
He
While
has
he,
goals.
in his first campaign, has demonstrated extraordinary energy, mastery of detail, brilliant military intuition, above all, indomitable self-belief.
You can say that
It
twice.
is this quality that inspires his soldiers to risk their lives for glory, for the Republic, and for the man they will one day acclaim their emperor.
Ooh, man, that hits hard.
A big thank you to PM.
That's very nice. I like that. Okay, so that was Lodi, and so wow, that was very interesting. Very interesting to see his campaign in Italy. He is just crushing it. Like I've never like seen people like crush that much. Like that is so crazy. And for everyone else to just run away so quickly, and it's very interesting to see how one man can inspire so many people. But anyway, hopefully you guys liked it, comment, and subscribe. See ya!